Vandana ma'am, we can start the
Yes,
program.
ma'am. Yes. When people are financially invested, they want a return. When people are emotionally invested, they want to contribute. A very good afternoon to all of you present here. I hope you all are in good health. I am Vandana Revankar, Assistant Professor from Department of Business Administration, hosting the Day 1 inauguration event of HR Club Abhyuday and taking you through an enriching experience of 2 days national webinar on trends and practices in HR by Department of Business Administration, Sivananda Sarma Memorial RV College and IQAC Initiative. Let us all begin this day with an invocation song by Ms. Sakshi, student of BBA second year. Over to you, Sakshi.
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon, all. Hello?
Yes, good
Am I
afternoon,
audible?
Sakshi. Yes, you're audible.
Yeah, ma'am. Can I start, ma'am?
Yes, Sakshi.
Yeah. या कुन्देन्दु तुषार हार धवला या शुभ्रवस्त्रावृता या वीणावरदण्डमण्डितकरा या श्वेतपद्मासना या ब्रह्माच्युतशङ्करा प्रभृतिभिः देवैः सदा पूजिता सा मां पातु सरस्वती भगवती निःशेषजाड्यापहा शुक्लां ब्रह्मा विचारसार परमा आद्यां जगद्व्यापिनीं वीणां पुस्तकधारिणीं भयवदां जाड्यान्धकारापहां हस्ते स्फाटिकमालिकं विदधते पद्मासने संस्थितां वन्दे तां परमेश्वरीं भगवतीं बुद्धिप्रदां शारदाम्. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you for the soulful song, Sakshi. Now I request Mrs. Rani Anthony Raj to welcome the August gathering. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Vandana ma'am. Human resource, it's not a thing we do. It's the thing that runs our business. Good afternoon to one and all present here. I'm Rani Anthony Raj, Assistant Professor, Department of Business Administration. On behalf of SSMRV fraternity and our beloved principal, it's my distinct pleasure to welcome you all for this 2 days national level webinar on HR trends and practices. Enriching our dreams with new and valuable information improves our ability to think, analyze, and process the world around us. The aim of Abhyuday, the HR Club, helps the students to develop interpersonal skills needed in a corporate and encourage them to meet the professionals who work in the field of HR management. The secret of success is to be ready when opportunity comes to listen to an eminent personality for this 2 days national level webinar, Ms. Bhagyashree Nitin. She happens to be a multi-versatile personality with various achievements to our credit. It's a great honor to have you here, ma'am. I welcome you, ma'am. Ms. Bhagyashree, ma'am, I welcome you.
Thank you so much. It's great being here. Thank you.
Great leaders does not set to be a leader. They set to make a difference. It's never about the role.
Hello, thank
Always,
you.
always about the goal, who inspires us to dream more, learn more, and do more. I'm referring to our beloved principal, Dr. S. Anil Kumar, sir. I welcome you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Let's now welcome the man who always encourages, supports us. It's none other than our department head, Mr. Jagdish. I welcome you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Let's welcome the most dynamic and energetic person who heads the IQAC as well as the Department of Commerce, Dr. M.S. Nagaraj, sir. I welcome you, sir.
Thank you, madam.
Education and learning is important because it broadens our knowledge, and this knowledge opens our mind into a new perspective, ideas, and beliefs. Once again, I welcome you all of you for this 2 days national level webinar. Thank you. Happy learning. Vandana ma'am, over to you.
ಒಂದು 5 ನಿಮಿಷ ಆಗ್ಲಮ್ಮ ಐ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಎ ವೆಬಿನಾರ್.
Thank you, madam. In the presence of all the delegates, faculties, and students from SSMRV and across the nation, let us virtually join to formally inaugurate the HR Club Abhyuday. Pavana ma'am?
Ma'am.
Yes, can we formally inaugurate the club now?
Yes, ma'am. Just a second, ma'am.
ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಇಯರ್ ಈ ವರ್ಷ ಸೇರ್ತಾರ ಅವರು.
ಫೀಸ್ ಕಟ್ಟೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಟೈಮ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟು
We cannot see the screen yet. Yes, it's visible now. So let us all put our hands together for the virtual inauguration of HR Club Abhyuday. Yes, so great leaders have 3 things, that is inner light, inner vision, and inner strength. We are blessed with one such great leader, our dear principal, Dr. S. Anil Kumar. I request Ms. Divya, Assistant Professor, Department of Business Administration, to introduce Sir to the gathering. Over to you, Divya, ma'am.
Thank you, Vandana madam. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. It is both an honor and privilege to be able to introduce to you all our beloved principal, Dr. S. Anil Kumar. Sir has been a popular teacher among faculty and students with an academic experience of 35 years in the field of commerce and management, both at the UG and PG level. Dr. Kumar has more than 25 years of research experience by being a recognized guide for many universities for MPhil and PhD programs, which includes 5 PhDs and 31 MPhils guided by Sir. He has been doing various UGC sponsored projects and also has published articles in leading national and international journals. To mention a few, Griffith University in Australia and Harvard University in Boston, USA. Dr. Anil Kumar has authored 17 books in the area of financial accounting, corporate accounting, service marketing, entrepreneurship development, production and operations management, and GST. Sir has been elected as Academic Council member of Bangalore University and also adjudicator and member of Research Committee, Christ University. Sir has also been a member of Tourism Committee of FKCCI Bangalore. He has also been an advisory member of BBMP Roshani project. Sir has also chaired the Board of Studies and Board of Examination of Bangalore University and other universities. The reflection of his hard work and commitment has transformed into various awards such as Sir being awarded in recognition of dedicated service as a teacher conferred by His Excellency Dr. Hansraj Bharadwaj, the then Governor of Karnataka, organized by Rotary Bangalore South and Karnataka Civil Defence Corps. Sir has also been awarded for achieving excellence in education from RSST. Sir has also received Dr. Abdul Kalam Award, Abdul Kalam Gold Medal Award from Global Economic Progress Research Association, New Delhi for individual achievement and distinguished service in education and research. He has also been an NCC under officer and has won the Best Cadet Award. Dr. Anil Kumar has also been awarded a D.Lit by the University of Panama, US. Mr. Anil Kumar is peer team member of NAT as well and also visited various colleges across India for the NAT purposes. Recently, Sir has been received the Best Faculty Award for the year 2020-2021 from Vivekananda College of Arts and Science, Tiruchanagonda, Tamil Nadu. This award is certified by TUV Rainland and is an ISO certified organization. Coming back to his key focus areas within SSMRV, his academic innovations like the 360-degree education for wholeness model with 5-dimensional approach, setting up of 30+ activity centers are all stronghold strategies which aims to take the SSMRV college to greater heights. The direct impact of the same was our college getting an A grade by the NAT for the first time during its 3rd accreditation cycle. It is a pride to mention that our students got many ranks and gold medals in the Bangalore University examinations. SSMRV College has recently been ranked 4th among the top 5 colleges in India for the best value for money in the India Today MRDS Survey 2018. The list is endless, but with due respect to time, let me contain my few words about Dr. S. Anil Kumar, sir. Thank you, everyone. Sir, we would be very happy hearing from you, sir. Over to
Thank
you,
you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon. First of all, I'm very happy to inaugurate the HR Club Abhyodai, initiated by Department of Management. And we have in our institution many such academic clubs. This is one such club, such as we have finance club, accounting club, marketing club, etc. Today we are inaugurating this HR club in our institution. So I appreciate the efforts of the HOD, Professor Jagadish, and the convener and the coordinator for HR club, Professor Pavana, and entire team of faculty from BBA department. And I'm very happy and also appreciate the initiative taken for today's webinar, 2 days webinar, national level webinar on trends and practices in HR. It's a very good initiative from HR Club. I congratulate them, all the people who have taken efforts in organizing this particular initiative. And also I appreciate the the resource persons who have taken out their time, and they are part of this 2-day national level webinar on this particular very important topic on trends and practices of HR. Mrs. Bhagyashree Nitin from Infinity Data Technologies. Welcome to you once again.
Thank you, sir.
And tomorrow we have another well-known resource person, Mr. Sundar Arantharaman, Managing Director, Sai Consultancy. I welcome him also for this particular national level webinar. And I also appreciate the initiative taken by Jagdish, and also it has been done in association with IQAC. The coordinator of IQAC, Dr. M.S. Nagaraj, and all the participants who have shown interest in this particular national webinar. Thank you so much. All the best.
Thank you very much, sir, for those motivating words. We are always encouraged by you for these kind of initiatives. Thank you once again, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yes, so we all have gathered here with a purpose. And now I request the convener of Abhyuday Club, Ms. Pavana Kulkarni, to enlighten us about the webinar. Over to you, Pavana ma'am.
Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. The strength of a team is each individual member. The strength of each member is the team. Good afternoon, one and all present here. We are very happy to launch HR Club, the Abhyuday, in our college. The vision of the club is to elevate, inspire, and prosper with the intellectual ideas of human resource management. The club's mission is to bring the students together in HR stream, developing skills to match the corporate level, and to educate and empower young minds in the field of human resource. The objective for which the Abhyuday Club is established is to provide knowledge on current trends in HR, to develop employability skills, to inculcate interactive modes of learning in students, and to imbibe research-oriented approach in HR. And in HR Club, we will be conducting various activities both for students and faculties. The activities are like, we will be conducting HR Conclave, which is nothing but conference, and HR Colloquium, which is nothing but a presentation, Gnanakosh, HR Datum, HR Quiz, HR Samalochana, Extempore, Vishleshana, Play a Role, Personality Development Test, and Personality Development Program, Corporate Etiquette, Employability Skills, which includes aptitude test, group discussion, and personal interview. So, and for the club, we have selected office bearers. Gautam Yes is the president of HR Club. Bharat is vice president. Payroll manager Akash. Varun HR manager. Deepa HR assistant. And Shashank HR assistant. Okay. I congratulate all the office bearers and all the best. We need your cooperation in our team building activities of HR Club. Thank you, ma'am. Over
Thank
to
you,
you, ma'am.
Pavana madam. Yeah, thank you so much. I think we all have really got lots of information about what's the plan going to be in this club. So without wasting much time, I think we are all eagerly waiting for the moment to know who is the resource person of the day, for which we all have been eagerly waiting for a long time. I request Mr. Bharat, student from BBA second year, to introduce our guest speaker for the day, Ms. Bhagyashree Nitin. Over to you, Bharat.
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon, everyone. I, Bharat, student of SSMRV, second BBA. It is both honor and privilege to introduce the guest as well as the speaker for today's program, Ms. Bhagyashree Nitin, working as a talent acquisition specialist, HRBP, India South for Infinity. Her areas of interest are human resource development, recruitment, employee relations, management, learning and development, administration, and finance management. Madam completed MBA from BMS College of Engineering. Her key areas of interest are in human resource development, recruitment, employee relations, management, learning and development, administration, and finance management. She has done a project on a study on code of conduct for directors and senior managers personnel at Antrix Corporation Limited, which happens of Indian Space Research Organization. Madam has worked as an audit associate at KPMG and as a talent acquisition specialist at Altisource Business Solutions Private Limited. Our key functional areas are handling walk-ins, screening and managing profiles, processing the applicants for the further rounds of interview and relationship building. At present, ma'am is working as a talent acquisition specialist at Infinity Data Technologies. Her core competencies are team player with the ability to work well with the people of various age groups, ability to focus on tasks and deliver despite of distractions and obstacles. She is determined and self-motivated, socially adjust in any given situations, ability to build and maintain conflicts and trust with acquaintance. Madam's extracurricular achievements are active member in Center for Social Actions, played district level hockey, won the first place in 2 inter-college management fest in HR events, volunteered and coordinate management and cultural fests in the college, played various sports in pre-universities, certified in basic Spanish. The list is endless, but due respect to the time, I request Madam to address the gathering. Over to you, ma'am.
Good afternoon to everybody. Good afternoon to the respected principal, the HOD and faculty members, and all of the students here. First of all, I'd like to thank Bharat for this lovely introduction about me. Thank you, Bharat. You definitely have set the stage. Today I am here today for an interactive session to discuss about how it is working in HR. I will be giving you a business insider's point of view of what goes on behind the scenes in HR. And for it to be an interactive session, I would require all of you to participate actively. So throughout the session, we're going to play a little game, all right? Just so that we know all of you are active. Every time I tuck my hair behind my ear, or every time I do this motion, basically when I do this, I want everybody to flash your mics. When I say flash your mics, I mean you should unmute and mute yourself so that I know you are active and you are listening to this session. All right, can we do a trial run? Anytime I do this, everybody should flash your mics. Can we have everybody flash your mics, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, brilliant. Thank you so much. Okay, so let's just get into this. Let me start out by telling you a little bit about why I shifted from auditing to HR. As Bharat told, I was working at KPMG as an audit associate, and I shifted to HR. The reason being, I've always been a people's person. And looking at Excel sheets day in and day out was not something that excited me. It was not something I wanted to do. That's when I realized a desk job is not meant for me. I needed to be around people, communicating with them, interacting with them, brainstorming, and having something to look forward to when I go to work. This is what excited me. When I saw the company's HRs, that is KPMG's HRs, they were always on their toes, okay? They were always attending meetings. They were meeting new people. They were organizing events. They were conducting interviews, onboarding sessions. And basically, they just looked like they were having so much fun on a daily basis. And this was something I wanted to be a part of. That's when I quit auditing and I joined HR. And I owe it all to the manager in my previous company at Altisource, who saw that potential in me and gave me the opportunity to explore this wonderful world of HR. So as one of my very first jobs of HR, I was given a very difficult task. Do any of you have an idea what is the most difficult job a HR has to do? Anybody?
Need to understand people's mind.
That's a good answer. Do we have any other guesses? Somebody's raised their hand. Yash Anil, I think. You can go ahead. Okay. If we do not have any more guesses, I'll just let you know. One of the most difficult tasks a HR has to do is telling a candidate that they have been rejected in an interview. And this was the first task I received as the first job in HR. Nobody wants to listen to this particular news, right? That they are rejected in an interview. Nobody wants to be the bearer of bad news. And I was so scared to tell these candidates that they have been rejected because I thought they were going to pounce on me. I thought they would ask me questions to which I did not know answers to. And I would deliver this news very nervously to them. That is when my manager came and took me aside and he told me, this is something I always remember. And this is something that all of you should remember as well. At the end of the day, all of us as human beings are primal beings, right? We feed off the energy that we give from each other. So he told me, if I go there nervously and tell them that they haven't been rejected, they might think something's wrong or we're trying to hide something. But if we go there confidently and tell them, unfortunately, you could not clear this interview, they will understand that maybe they did not perform well and that is why they couldn't do it well. I mean, it is easier said than done. It took me time to get adjusted to this concept, but once I finally learned how to be bold and, deliver this sad news, I was taught how to start interviewing candidates. And now that we have a lot of freshers here in this particular webinar, I will give you guys a view of what it is like to be on the other side of the table, what it is like to be the interviewer. Okay, so many different HRs have different styles, but here are a couple basic tips that I'd like to give you while you attend any interview for your job purposes. Okay. As cliche as it may sound, confidence is the biggest key factor for your success. Especially when you're a fresher, what the HRs look at is confidence. How confident you can talk, how well you carry out a conversation, and how well you can speak and you carry out yourself. So if you're speaking with confidence, half your battle is won. So talking about that, here is tip number 1. I will be giving you 3 tips how you can ensure good success in your interviews. All right. Tip number 1, as HRs, we always keep asking you questions like, tell me a little bit about yourself. I'm sure everybody have heard this question and a few people dread this question, but trust me, this is the biggest key that we're giving you. This is your biggest, you can use this tool in your favor. So when you use this question, when they ask you this question, tell me a little bit about yourself, it is so that we can make you feel comfortable because we are asking you to speak about yourself and nobody knows you better than yourself, right? So you start feeling comfortable, we make an environment that's comfortable for you and we carry on the interview from there. So when we ask you, tell me a little bit about yourself, what should you say? Start out with your education, start with your latest first. So if you're a postgraduate, talk about your postgraduate degree and then your undergrad and so on. And then talk a little bit about your family. You do not have to mention your percentages because it's in your CV. Just talk about which college you went to. You never know. Maybe the interviewer is an alumni from your previous college, and that could be a point of contact for you both as well. So just mention which college you went to, and then talk about your hobbies and talk about your interests. This question will work as a conversation guide for you, right? So when you talk about something that you're really passionate about, or if there is a project that you have worked which you think is worth mentioning, or if you've done an internship in a very good company which you think is worth mentioning, you can talk about this. Because when you talk about this, we're going to ask you questions based on that. So you have control on this conversation. We are asking you questions on what you want to be asked on. So that is how you control the conversation with the one simple question of introduce yourself or tell me a little bit about yourself. The second tip, or the most important tip, is to proofread your resumes. Okay, I've had a lot of candidates who come in who have copied the resumes from their friends. There were people who have forgotten to change their genders, who have forgotten to change their email IDs, who have forgotten to change the addresses. They've just blindly copied what's on their friend's resume and pasted it in theirs, just changed their names and probably where they studied and all of that. So make sure you proofread your resume properly, because your resume is the representation of you on a piece of paper. What you say should reflect in your resume, and what is in your resume should be what you are talking about when we ask you to introduce yourself. What another very common mistake a lot of people do is when we start speaking about our hobbies, they tell us, I like reading books. And when an HR asks them, can you tell me which book was the last book you read? They go blank. They don't know what to answer. They'll tell, oh, it's been a year since I read the book. So do not put anything that is not relevant to you on the resume, because trust me, we read each and every word on the resume. We look at grammatical errors. We look at your sentence formations. We look at your spellings, because your CV is your representation, like I said. So proofread your resume. Make sure you know what is on the resume and you know it by heart. So even if we ask you to tell us a little things about maybe what your soft skill is, you should be able to tell us exactly what's on your resume. The last tip I give you is a really important tip, which is do your research. Okay, when you sit for an interview in any company, make sure you research about that company. Just spend about 5 minutes of your time on your phone, do a quick Google search, see where the company is located, where is its headquarters, what is the services they offer, what are the products they produce, what are the domains that they have. Because just think, if you go and sit in an interview and you do not know what the company is into, you do not know what you're working about, it doesn't really speak good or speak well about your candidature. This is one of the breaking points for all of HRs. When we ask you, do you know anything about the company? If you at least know the basics, it shows you put in effort and you've done a little research. But if you sit there and say, no, I don't really know, I just came for the interview, it just shows you're not interested, and it already, you are in a losing position in this particular interview. So another thing is, I'm sure a lot of the HRs in the interview asking you about, if you have any question, do you have any question for me? This is the question we ask the candidates. A lot of motivational videos will tell you to ask, when can I start, or when is my joining date, or what is my salary, and all of that. Please do not use any of those. Those are really bad questions to ask a HR when you are attending an interview, especially if you're a fresher. Refrain from asking those questions. What you could ask, although, is more about the company. You can ask about, what type of culture the company has. What is your growth perspective? How does your appraisals work? What are the benefits that you get? Not compensation, but the other non-monetary benefits you get. So you should show that you are totally invested in the company, you want to know more about the company. These are good questions you can ask your HRs. Please do not ask them, when do I start? What is my pay? Also, please remember, do not initiate any conversation about compensation, because it is our duty. We will ensure that we speak to you about the compensation part of it after the interview or after you're selected. So do not bring up the topic of compensation, because it becomes slightly awkward for both the parties. So you can ask about non-monetary benefits, but do not ask them, what is my salary, what am I going to get, and all of that. How are we going to do compensation negotiations? This could only work if you have experience, and what you need to know as the industry standard or the market standard is you get a 30% hike on when you shift from one company to another. But ensure you work at least for 1 year in one company, at least a minimum of a year to 2 years in a company, or else it does not speak well on your resume. Now, these were a couple basic important tips that I would giving you for your interview processes, so you can inculcate them during your interviews. And do not get disappointed if you get rejected. Do not feel bad. Do not think it's the end. Rejections help you improve your performance in interviews. Everybody's faced rejections. I faced rejections myself, so do not give up. All right. Um, I would like to play a little game with all of you right now, just so we have a little bit of more interaction with everybody. I will be sharing a screen. Please let me know if you can see the screen.
Yes, ma'am, it is visible.
Okay, great. All right. So we're going to play this activity, okay? Here you see this image, okay? Everybody can participate. Yeah, everybody can participate. It's not just the students here, but the faculty members can participate as well. We will be playing this maybe 2 or 3 times. I'll be showing you 5 questions each time we play this. And whoever answers the most number of questions will receive a little gift from my end towards the end of the presentation. So maybe one of the faculty members could note down who's answering most questions, and we could connect with them at the end of the webinar today. So here, I will be showing you pictures like these that's on the screen right now. And these pictures will depict one particular word or phrase. For example, this particular picture depicts the word forever. How does it say forever? Because there are 4 evers. So it is forever. Okay. Another example, this picture predicts the word a hole in one. How is it a hole in one? You see the words HOLE and it is inside the word ONE. So it is a hole in one. Now these are the type of pictures I will be presenting, and whoever answers them first and whoever answers most of them will be receiving a gift, like I said. Okay. This is your first picture. I will give you 30 seconds.
1 in a million.
Please tell your name.
1
million.
in 1 in a million.
1 million.
There was one girl who answered first.
Priyanka.
Priyanka Kulkarni will be getting a point.
Ma'am, should we allow them to only put it in the chat box?
However you would like to monitor it.
I think chat box would be easier.
Okay, all right. But we know who spoke first today for this one, right?
Yes, we know, ma'am. It was Priyanka Kulkarni. So I have
All
marked
right.
it.
Great. Okay. Here is your next one. Okay, we've got people already guessing it. That's great.
Crossroads.
Brilliant. We already have the answer. The answer was big deal. Very good. All of you are extremely quick. I am so surprised. Very impressed. What would this picture depict? Monica is very, very close to it. Yes, we've got Vandana ma'am who's given the right answer. It is reading between the lines.
Can I just give a point to Monica, ma'am, because she was very close and she answered it well before Vandana, ma'am. So can I just give a point to Monica?
Sure. All right. The last one for now. It's now 5 out. It's something everybody uses in their daily lives. Yes, Vandana ma'am is right. It is high five. All right. Okay. We'll talk a little bit more and I'll have another session of this. Okay. I hope somebody has noted down who's answered most questions until now, because we will come back and play 2 more rounds of this. All right. Okay. Now I'm going to talk to you a little bit about networking and why networking is really important, irrespective of whatever field you choose to work in, or even if you're a student, or you're in your faculty members, or you're already working, or you're looking for a job. Networking is absolutely important. How many of you have already set up your LinkedIn and Naukri accounts? Maybe you can flash your mics or raise your hands. How many of you have your LinkedIn and Naukri account set up? Okay, that's good. That's good. So let me tell you, your Naukri and LinkedIn accounts are going to be the best friends in your job hunting career, or even in your professional career life. Naukri and LinkedIn, you can rely on it and you have to exploit it. Okay, that's very good. Good, Anil. Yeah. So you have to make sure you use it for your advantage. These two, like I said, are going to be your best of friends during your careers. Okay. When I started out my career in HR, I just had a LinkedIn account set up. I didn't have any connections. I never thought it would be useful. But afterwards, maybe a month or so, when my manager told me the importance of it, I started connecting with everybody. Whoever I came across were mutuals. I started sending connection requests. Don't have any kind of inhibitions. Don't feel like, oh my God, can I send them a connection request or not? Just try and connect with everybody. Connect with industry leaders, connect with the HRs of different companies, connect with people who are working in different companies, in the companies that you want to be a part of. Connect with them, send them a connection request, and start having small conversations. When I say having conversations, do not have conversations like, hi, how are you? Did you eat your lunch and things like that. That is not what LinkedIn is for. Talk to them about the industry they're working about. talk to them about the company they're working in. Have casual business conversations. And I'll tell you why this is really important. While I was, initially setting up my account and I made a couple of connections, I happened to connect with one employee who worked in a competitive firm to the company that I work in. Okay, so we all know what happened in the pandemic, right? A lot of people lost their jobs. A lot of people were laid off. And in this person's company, there was one manager who lost his job, mainly because they weren't able to afford his salary. Luckily for me, this connection who I was connected to told me about this person, and they told this guy is a great resource, and unfortunately my company is laying him off. I immediately connected with him and gave his details to my manager. Fortunately, in my company, we've been trying to hire somebody who has the exact same skills as this person had from over a month. We've been trying to get a lot of people, we've been interviewing people, they were not meeting the right standards, they weren't a good match at all. And luckily, just because of this one connection that I had, we were able to find the person, and my manager immediately took up the phone, scheduled an interview, and 1 week later, this person joined us as the senior manager for internal audit in our company. So connections are extremely powerful. Just make sure you send out requests, connect with the right people, start or initiate conversations. You will never know which connection will come in handy and how it can help you. Right? So like I said, connect with different HRs on LinkedIn. Look at the job openings. A lot of job openings are posted on LinkedIn and Naukri as well. So when you're applying for jobs on Naukri or LinkedIn, you have to read the JD. Okay, it's absolutely important. There's a reason why the job description is posted on these sites. Read it. See if your skills match it. See if you have the same skills or the abilities. Think if you're suitable for this job and then apply for it. Once you apply for it, you might also want to send out an email to the person saying, hey, I have applied for this job. A lot of freshers do this absolutely rookie mistake. What do? They just attach their CV and send it. What are we supposed to do as HRs? What am I supposed to do with that email? How will I know what you have applied for? So anytime you send an email to a HR, ensure that in the subject you mention what position you are applying for. In the body of the email, give a brief description about yourself, what you have studied, your highest education qualification, the skills that you possess, and that since most of you are freshers, you can always mention that you are immediate joiners and you have attached your CV for future references. Also, in your signature, please mention your telephone number so that even though we do not look at your CV, we can at least call you immediately and have a quick chat. So these email etiquettes you need to follow, because if you just shoot out an email with just a CV attached, there are chances it'll go unnoticed and it'll get lost in the lot of trail mails. Okay. Another thing you need to understand is when you're looking at different type of job descriptions, there are different keywords mentioned for each different job. Take up those keywords, put it in your CV only if you have that particular skill. Some companies require you to have amazing communication skills. And if you think you're good with your communication, mention it in your CV. Some companies require you to be good in data analytics. If you've done a course on it, mention it in your CV. So match your CV or change your CV according to the JD that is being, or the JD that you are applying for. But you need to have these skills. If you just randomly put in those keywords just because it's on the CV and we question you on it and you don't know about it, you will be in big soup. So don't do that. Another big, tip would be to get in touch with consultancies. Okay, there are many consultancies who offer non-paid services, and the chances of you getting shortlisted in a company when you go directly or through a consultancy is much higher when you come through a consultancy, because companies have tie-ups with consultancies. I can provide a list of certain consultancies which offer services without taking anything from you because they get paid from the company. I will leave it with the faculty members today, and if whoever is interested can take this list from them. All right. So these are a couple of things you should remember. You should always ensure that you are making the right connections. Even after you get into work, always make connections. You never know when you need the help of anybody. have proper email etiquettes, make sure you read the JD properly, and just apply to jobs that you really think you will be good at. Okay? Let us play another round of this game. I hope everybody's ready.
Participants, be ready. Another interesting round is going to happen now.
Okay. Here's your first picture. It's the same thing as previously. What do you think this picture could depict? Is my screen visible? Are you able to see? Okay. Not quite right. You're halfway there, Vandana ma'am, halfway there. I'll give you maybe another. That's right. Meghana has got the right answer. Meghana Envy's got this one. Moving on to the next one. This should be very easy for everybody. What do you think this is? Monica, that's right. Monica Mittal has the right answer. It is love at first sight. And previously it was the right place at the right time. Okay. And this is love at first sight because it is at the first sight. What is this one? This one should be easy as well. Kartikeyan, you've got half of it right. What is the other half? Yes, Vandana ma'am has this right as well. It is minimum and maximum. This is the next one. If you have anybody who plays PUBG or Call of Duty, you should know this one. Yes, Dr. Anupama has it right. It is surrounded by enemies. What about this one? It's something a lot of us face.
Breaking promise.
Who said
Yeah,
it?
Kavya got it.
Okay, all right. It is broken promises or breaking promise. Very good. We've got another 5 more. Again, this will be our last thing. The next 5 will be the last time we play this. Just got another few more seconds. I'll just talk to you about how it is working in HR and we'll wrap it up. Okay. So working in HR, I'm sure a lot of you would have heard the fact that HR is, women dominant, or it is a woman dominated career, and men should not take up HR, or men should do marketing, or men should do sales and things like that. I want to tell you this is absolutely false. And also there's a stigma around the fact that HR is an easy job. If you want to take up HR as a degree, it means you do not want to work hard. And being in HR is an absolutely easy job. This is absolutely false. Okay, let me break that stigma for all of you. Working in HR is definitely not an easy job, and it is definitely not just for the women. If you look at many of the successful companies, a lot of their leaderships, especially in HR, is occupied by men. And I'm not just saying that, there's a glass ceiling in HR. It is equally occupied by both men and women. And even in the leadership or even in the entry level, there is an equal number of men and women. In fact, it is the duty of the HRs to ensure there is diversity in the workplace. So just imagine if there's no diversity in the HR team itself. It doesn't really speak well, right? So we practice what you preach very, very seriously. So breaking that stigma is absolutely false. Most of the leadership in many companies have male-dominated HRs. It's an equal mix, like I said. And HR is an easy job is probably one of the biggest myths that a lot of people have, because HR is not as easy as people think it is. Okay, because you're always working on something important, and everything that you work on in HR is directly related to the success or growth of the company. That is why they call the HR department the king makers, because we are the ones who ensure we are training, developing, nurturing, and fostering the right talent, and making sure that they contribute towards the growth and success of a company. That is why the HRs are called as king makers, and the department is called as the king making department. They're also referred to as the spine of the company. And when you work in HR, so I've been working for about 2.5 years now, there's never been one single dull day. There's never been a boring day in HR. And there's never been like a lean period or a peak period or anything like that in HR. Every day is absolutely exciting. Every day there is so much for you to learn. Every day you encounter new challenges, you encounter new obstacles, and it's a daily learning process. It's a never ending process where every day you get to learn something new. Because when you work in HR, right, you're not only ensuring that your team is going good or your department is doing good, or two of your teams are doing well, because you ensure that the entire company is doing well. You ensure each of your employees are doing well. And with that, you're also ensuring that the entire company is doing well and the performance of the company increases. So if you're passionate about HR and if you're passionate about pursuing a career in HR, let me tell you, it is absolutely exciting. There is so much to learn and explore. There are so many different departments in HR. Can anybody tell me what are the 7 or what are the different functions that HR looks after, that you might have studied about it? What are the different functions that we have in HR?
Yes, you can answer.
There are people who are raising their hands. Please answer. Yes, please go ahead and answer. You can unmute yourself and answer, please. Is there a reason they are unable to unmute themselves?
Bhagyashree, you can unmute yourself and answer the question.
Kavishri, we're waiting for you. Whoever,
Yes, Akash, you can answer. Yes.
whoever wants to answer, please go ahead and answer.
Hello?
Just say your name and answer, please.
Hello, ma'am. It's Akash.
Hi, Akash.
Ma'am, the different functions of HR in the companies will be human resource planning and interviewing and appraisals for the existing employees and learning and development. And as per my knowledge, this much avenue.
Very good. Very good, Akash. You've covered quite a few of them. We have Kavishri who wants to answer now.
Shall I answer, ma'am?
Go ahead. Please go ahead.
Functions of human resources can be employment training and development, career planning, succession planning, performance appraisals, employees participating in the management, etc.
Okay, that is good. Those are good answers. Is there anybody who wants to try?
Ma'am, one I would like to add.
Okay.
Rewards and recognition will also be in the hands of HR managers for
Very
the
good.
employees.
That is true. Yes, that is also one of the functions. Okay, all right, not an issue, Kavishri. So let me just compile everything that our friends just told us right now. The different departments in HR that you could work at would be the front end, and the face of the company would be your talent acquisition and your recruitment. Okay, so that is one department where we get in the talent and we recruit people. After that, we have HR operations, which takes care of your background verifications. They take care of your attendance management. They take care of maintaining your documents. They take care of making sure your IDs, your assets, and everything is set up. This is HR operations. Next, we have the compensation and benefits team. Uh, this team basically is in charge of fixing the salary bands for each skill. So what they do is they do a quick market research and they see what this skill can be offered. So the compensation and benefits team would be doing this. They would give us these many years of experience, can get this much amount, a median and a maximum amount. They will also responsible for your benefits, that is your non-monetary benefits, like your PF, your gratuity, your ESI, your Sodexos, and also other things of your rewards and recognition like Employee of the Month or Employee of the Year or Newcomer of the Year. So this is what the compensation and benefits team does. Then we have the HRBP or Human Resource Business Planning. This team is mainly in charge of setting up the policies and ensuring that all the employees are following these policies and guides and they're following the rules. And if in case, anybody partakes in any kind of a violation, they are given warnings. And if there is layoffs, it is the human resource business partners who go and speak to the employees and tell them, unfortunately, they have to be laid off. So the HRBPs work closely with the leadership of the company. They work with the CEOs, the CFOs, the VPs. These are the type of people that they work with. And usually they take in people with a minimum of 5 to 6 years of experience in HRBP who have experience working in the company as well. Another aspect we have is the payroll team. What the payroll team does is they take the salary inputs from the operations team and then they calculate how much it is that they take the attendance input. Sorry, they take the attendance input from the operations team and they calculate how much salary needs to be given to a particular person. They ensure the deductions are made, that is in your PF or your professional tax, or if you have any arrears that need to be paid, they ensure all of that is done. This is taken care of by the payroll team. We also have the administration, HR admin. They are in charge of health and safety at work, in charge of onboarding employees, in charge of the induction, in charge of employee engagement activities, boosting employee morale, keeping them motivated. And we also have the HRIS team or the analytics team. This team will let us know what the attrition rate in the company is, why people are leaving, how many people are leaving, what is our headcount, what is the forecast, what is the number of people we will need in the future, or if we need to cut down people, what is the number of people we will need to cut down. So like I said, HR has something for everybody. It's not just recruitment, or it's not just employee engagement. There is a different department of HR that caters to the needs of everybody. If you're not a very people's person who likes doing a desk job, you can take up operations, you can take up payroll, you can take up compensation and benefits. Or if you like meeting people, if you like being around people, you can take up talent acquisition, you can get into human resource BP, you can be human resource administration. So it's wide and you're learning every day. I myself have a lot to learn. I myself have a lot to explore as well. So this is an amazing, amazing career path if you choose to get into HR. And let me tell you, like I said, it is absolutely exciting. There is no dull day, there is no boring day, and you will not get tired of your job. It is not monotonous at all. Every day throws a new opportunity to you, and you should just be ready to face it. I'm not scaring you guys, trust me. You will have an amazing time if you work in HR, and I'm sure you will be able to see that for yourselves once you start working in this. Okay, so this brings me to the end of what I had to discuss with you. And like I said, I have the last five pictures to show. So everybody pull up your socks because this is the last five. If you've not participated until now, maybe you can make up for it. All right, so let me just share the screen. Okay. Can you see my screen? Yeah, all right, you can see my screen.
Yes, ma'am.
No, nobody's got it yet. No, it's not first standard. No, not stand in line. Monica is getting there, but it's not that.
Stand by yourself.
No, that's not it. It's quite literal. Just look at the picture, it's quite literal. No. All right, I'll give you guys another 10 seconds and I'll reveal the answer. That's right, Ram Mohan. Ram Mohan got the right answer. It is I understand. Okay, because the letter I is understand. So I understand. Here's your next one.
Recycle.
Monica Mittal got it right. It's tricycle. Kavishri, it was not tricycle, it is tricycle. So Monica got it. Okay, here's the next one.
Forgive, forget.
Bushra Ahmad got it right. Kavishri spoke before you. Yeah, Bushra got it right. What do you think this one is? That's right, Monica, you are close. Meghna Envy got it right. Yes, it is misunderstanding between friends. Here's the last one, you guys. This one's a little tricky. Vandana ma'am got it right. It is no U-turn. It is no U-turn. All right. We have reached the end of our games as well. So I've had a lovely time talking to all of you. I now open the floor for questions. If you have any questions, please let me know and we can discuss about it.
Ma'am,
Participants, you can also post your questions in the chat box.
Yes.
ma'am, if we want to go for HR job, if we are a fresher, what will they look for as a recruiter, ma'am?
Is this Kavishri?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay. So, Kavishri, as a fresher, when you're looking to get into HR, recruitment is the easiest way to get into the field of HR. What do they look at? They look at your communication skills, because in recruitment, communication is the biggest thing that they look for. And also, before I forget, you guys, while we were playing this game, right? Kavishri, this also answers your question. While we were playing this game, we have addressed one very important skill that a person needs to have while pursuing a career in HR. Can anybody guess what it was? It was very much related to the game that we played. It was a skill that was required by you. What do you think it was? You can post your answers.
Volunteering?
Uh, Not volunteering, no.
Analyzing?
Correct. It is analyzing, but what we would like to call it would be comprehension. So you need to understand what was shown to you, right? You need to make sense of what was given to you and what was shown to you to understand what the picture meant. This is exactly how it is in HR, because your operations team is going to come and tell you something, your production team is going to come and tell you something. And as a recruiter, you'll have a lot of candidates trying to tell you so much, they're doing this, they're doing that. You need to listen, you need to analyze what exactly are they saying. Are they a good fit to the company? Will they provide growth to the company? Will they perform if they are in the company? So comprehension, trying to understand the information that has been given to you and making somebody else understand that. That is one of the biggest skill required if you want to be in HR, irrespective of whichever department you join. Comprehension and communication. So this answers your question, Kavyashi.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Yash, you can post your question on the chat box. If there's anybody else who wants to ask questions, please make sure you do and make use of this opportunity as well. If you have any doubts about HR as a career or anything.
Ma'am, we often get a question like, what are the entry-level jobs for the candidates in HR?
So entry level, basically, if you see, ma'am, a lot of the people get recruited into consultancies to work as recruiters, or at least to work as recruitment coordinators. These are your entry level jobs that you get in HR. It is very rare that you get an in-house recruiter job. So let me tell you the differentiation. Working in a consultancy is different from working as an in-house recruiter. In a consultancy, you provide candidates to different companies based on the requirement they've given. And as an in-house recruiter, you recruit candidates to your own company. So your starting out job, you might start as a recruiter in consultancies, or you can be a recruitment coordinator. What does a recruitment coordinator do? They make sure everybody who's come in, they take in their CVs, make them sit according to whatever numbers, or give them tests if that is part of the interview process, give them the results after the interview is done, or let the hiring manager know this person's here for the interview. This is what recruitment coordinator would do. So these are some of the entry-level jobs you would get while you get into HR. You can also get into operations, where they will put you in background verification. What you would be doing is calling the selected candidates, asking them to submit their documents, see if all the documents is there as according to the list of documents that your company requires. So they'll ask you, you need to see if the 10 standard marks cards there, PU marks cards. So document verification would also be one entry-level job in HR.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am.
How to use marketing skills as a HR manager. Okay, so when you are in HR, right, you need to have everything. You need to have marketing skills, you need to know a little bit of finance, and obviously you need to know HR as well. As a HR, it is absolutely necessary for you to market your company to the employee or the candidate that's going to apply to you. How do you use the skills? You need to sell your company. You need to tell them why they should work at your company. This is not saying during the interview, but when they ask you, can you tell me a little bit about the company? Or even during the interview, you can start talking about the company and the type of environment that you have or the type of work that they would be doing, and you have to market it. You can say things like, this is what we're looking at, this is the level of productivity, or this is the quality of services that we offer, which is why our company is at such a good position, or which is why it is one of the most sought after company to work at in this particular domain. So you see, in HR, you have to market your company, market the position that the candidate is applying for, market the salary basically that you're providing them, the benefits that you're providing them. This is how you market, or you use your marketing skills in HR as a manager or as an analyst or any department that you work in.
So we don't have any further questions, I guess, ma'am. Participants, any further questions? You can use your uh, mic, unmute yourself and ask the questions.
Yes, please.
I think we don't have any further questions, ma'am.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. Thank you for getting out of this amazing, thing that you're doing, this conclave basically for our HR department in your college. I'm sure it'll provide everybody a really great opportunity and a forum to explore HR. And it's been great talking to a lot of the people here. Hopefully, we see a lot of HR leaders in the future, maybe attending this conclave, and who has taken something away from this. So, thank you so much for inviting me for this, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. It was absolute delight and very interesting session from you, Ms. Bhagyashree. And I can say that students would have benefited more than expected today through this webinar, right from the time that you said about telling about yourself, or maybe connecting through LinkedIn, or something that whatever you put in your resume, students need to be confident on what it is. So you have touched upon every aspect of it. Without wasting much time, I would request Ms. Prerna to conclude the webinar so that she can give an insight of what we learned today, and also to formally render a vote of thanks. Over to you, Prerna.
Thank you, Vandana ma'am. So before I go to the closing remarks, I guess I'll have to announce the winner of the activity which the speaker had already announced for. So the winner of the event happens to be Monica. So
round of applause.
Round of applause for Monica. Yeah,
If Monica
fine.
is not...
Monica, are you there?
Yes,
Monica, you can.
I would like to comment on. I am a faculty at college in Chandigarh. I want to comment. It is a very well organized, and I want to congratulate Bhagyashree. You very well conducted. No, all the students as well as teachers were on their toes to answer your question. So thanks for your useful session.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you. It's an absolute pleasure.
Thank you, Monica ma'am. In the world filled with individuals having the list of core competencies, grabbing the limelight is a Herculean task. But the same was simplified by our beloved speaker, Ms. Bhagyashree, by providing various insights to improve our competencies. When finance and marketing streams were in the tussle, human resource overtook the same to reach the zenith position. Thank you, ma'am, for enlightening us on various prospects and avenues available in the stream of human resource. Our minds usually will confine the task of the HR manager to just for recruitment and selection. But after being a part of this session, I'm very sure that we would have gained more knowledge on this stream. The activity was very interesting, and thank you for making it think in a creative manner. I'm very grateful to Ms. Bhagyashree Nitin for her efforts towards today's seminar and making it interactive. The elegance of thoughts and interpretation of everything deserves a deep sense of appreciation. Thank you for giving us tips on creating the best resume, as it is the main aspect to get scrutinized. It was indeed the need of the hour to know the importance of LinkedIn accounts and various virtual platforms to get connected to this competitive world. It was an exceptional webinar, ma'am. We were indeed glued to the screen. Thank you for giving your time in spite of your busy schedule. Once again, thank you one and all for being a part of this session. Let's join tomorrow for the day 2 webinar of the HR Club.
Yes. So thank you, Prerna. And once again to the participants, we would like to remind you, we have a day 2 session tomorrow, yet another interesting one again. So we will be sharing the feedback form in the next session. So please come back at the same time tomorrow. Link will be shared. And once again, thank you, each one of you here. Have a safe evening. Take care.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, ma'am. Thanks a lot.
मोटी आते हैं